G'day fellow RCers. Today I want to talk about a little bit of a talk about the Trailwalker. Since I've had it now for probably about 2 months, got it at the early December. Yeah, so I've had it about a month. 6 weeks actually. Yeah. So I just wanted to talk about what I do like, what I don't like, and then you can sort of base your opinion maybe on some of the info that I give you. Comes with a couple of size battery trays, which is a great idea. So I've got the big one in, just to longer running times. But to start with, I'll go through the likes first. First of all, the body looks awesome. It's a pretty cool body. I haven't put the mirrors on and stuff like that. The wipers sort of get knocked about a bit. They could be glued down, but they're realistic enough. And just the trim around the windows looks awesome. Door handles. I've bunged some stickers on. You get a full sheet of stickers. You just go for your life, if you like stickers. And I thought, oh yeah, these I'll put them on. They look pretty cool. Might as well use them. Sort of done that NASCAR-y kind of thing where they put them on there. Nice little roll bar, a few little extra touches with the aerial. You've probably seen, and they've got lights in there, but I'm not using them at the moment. I had a bit of drama with them. Love the small wheels scale look. That's very cool. Not everyone likes that, but I didn't like them at first. But I tell you what, you get used to them, and it's actually a lot of fun using the small wheels. It's got overdrive in the front. You get 2 lots of gears, so I think it's got about 6% overdrive in the front. Comes as stock in the gearbox, and then after that there's another gear which takes it to 11.5 or 12% overdrive, which I've just started using, and I've done a bit of a climb out here just on a ramp, and it definitely makes a difference compared to what these two cars can do. This is definitely better in that way. And these wheels, even though they're not very big and you haven't got an awful lot of foam in there, the foam's not bad. It's probably a little bit firm, but you can trim it. I trimmed the edges of the foam, and I also trimmed up through the middle a little bit just to give it that sponginess in the middle. But I added magnetic tape, a couple of wraps of magnetic tape around the ring that's inside the beadlock, which just works a treat. Just means you've got to trim your foam a little bit to sort of get it on there. But yeah, the foam stretches around it, but you've got to trim the outside so it's not pushing the outside of the tyre out. Apparently a lot of Axial stuff fits these too, so that's good, because Axial's probably the most popular brand out there, and they make pretty good gear. And the servo that comes with it is a good servo, 13 kilo, seems to do the job. I had actually ordered this one in advance because I was getting a different car at the time, but the bloke sort of led me astray a little bit. So I had this 20 kilo HD servo. I already had it sitting here, so I thought, I'm just putting it in with a metal horn that I got for it, just to save any dramas. That's basically the good points, really. I mean, yeah, it's got metal links. That's great. The ESC that comes with it seems fine, but let's go through some of the negative stuff. For starters, the body clips, right? Body clips, I get pretty peeved off, and all you get is a body clip like that with no tabs. The Axial, you get these ones, and they're great, easy to grab. These things, pain in the backside, so I've just been putting a bit of a zip tie on them for now until I get some better ones. The light connector, I've taken the ESC out now. It sort of was pretty flimsy and the lights were flickering, so I just disconnected that. That basically happened after 1 or 2 disconnects. So yeah, I'm not using them at the moment, but I'll probably get around to fixing them up. The truck's very lightweight when you first get it. So you do need to add a bit of weight to the back. I've added weight to all the wheels. I think I've done 3 wraps of magnetic tape around each wheel, so it's actually it's got a bit of weight to it now, which is, yeah, I think it's about spot on for how I want it. Now the motor wise, it's when you get it, it's turned the other way around, and the motor wires are right where these straps are. Like right here's your strap to grab, and you've got those motor wires right over here as well, and there's a good chance you're going to bend these off. So I thought, while I'm doing the gearbox, like greasing it after a bit of water fun, I decided I was going to turn it around, face it the other way. So now, you know, it doesn't matter if you bump these. This is, you know, that gets out the way. So it doesn't matter if you bump this gearbox, still in the way a little bit, like for changing batteries or whatever, but it doesn't matter if you bump that. I was just concerned about breaking the connections off on the motor eventually with lots of wire, lots of battery changes. So I turned it around, which just means you've got to swap your wires over for your motor, for so you're still going proper reverse and proper forwards. Now the ESC wire to the receiver ran through the battery tray and through the straps. Didn't like that idea at all. So when I changed out the ESC, I've run it around the back, as you can see. So a little less, yeah, well, it's not going to get damaged as much there, whereas I thought running it through here with the battery going in and out all the time, nah, bad idea. Didn't like it like that. Just something else to get caught up. Fingers get caught up in it or whatever. Also, I broke a Uni Joint after only maybe a week and a half in, on this side. So it's just got a cheapie in there at the moment, because I ordered a couple of cheap axles that fit SEX 10s, 10.2, and threw one of them in there. It's the turning circle on it is crap compared to the Uni, but it's got me out of trouble until I order another set of Unis. I was hoping to get one on warranty, but apparently they don't replace those under warranty, even though it's only a couple of weeks old. I didn't think I'd been pushing it hard at all, but it was getting driven a lot. So yeah, that's just a crappy cheap Chinese Amazon job in there at the moment. Not a Uni. I don't know what they call those with the cup and ball sort of setup. Anyway, it's doing a job, but turning circle's pretty average. There's a fair bit of body rubbing, you know, with full flex. Your guards are very squared off, but that's sort of the price you pay. You know, actually on full flex, a tyre actually does tuck up just inside sometimes, same as on the back. I guess it depends on what you're driving over, but they do tuck sometimes. Bumper sticks out a bit too far, and it comes as far as it can go back. I'll go through something that I did with that. Reverse very touchy, as I think we might have touched on before. Yeah, it's you just can't pull that back. You go to reverse and it flies back. Front diffs didn't have a lot of grease in them, so you want to check that straight away, and check the gearbox while you're at it. The gearbox wasn't too bad on this one, I didn't think, but the diff's definitely lacking. It's worth pulling them down, at least pulling the cap off, greasing them up, and run a bit of grease around the bead between the cap and the housing to help stop any water getting in. And lastly is the camber. Not keen on the camber. I don't know if you can see it there. If you look at the manual, it doesn't show any camber on the picture of the front, but there's a bit of camber on there. It's not the greatest look. When you go bigger wheels, you don't seem to notice it as much. I've had bigger wheels on this just to see how it went, but yeah, I'm not a keen fan of the camber. Okay, upgrades. 1080 ESC. So you've got that much more control, programmable in the way that you drive. You can slow down the reverse. You can have to be at a dead stop before you go into reverse. So if you've got kids, it's a great idea, because they can't just slam it in forward reverse like they seem to love doing. Yeah, magnetic tapes to the wheels, that's a good idea to give it some extra weight. Definitely do the servo horn. The servo itself is good, but I've got a metal red one on there now, a metal one. That's a 20 kilo HD servo, which does the trick. Other than that, I haven't really done any more upgrades. Wheel weights, turn the gearbox around. I'd suggest you do that. Gets the wires up out of the way, as you can see, and you can sort of access those wires, everything pretty easily. Everything sort of you can tuck everything away pretty neatly here now. Run that through the straps there. It's all pretty neat, you know, and put your button on, and yeah, they're a great ESC. Drive shafts and all that seem fine. What body mounts are a bit weak, they're a bit flexy, but I haven't really needed to replace them yet. Oh yeah, now what I did, I took the bumper off, and you can see I've actually cut that section out across there and down, and that's allowed me to get that right back, so that when the body's actually on there, it tucks in real tight, but you still got your bumper on, you know. So look at that, that's pretty tight. If you look at it from that angle, right, you're not going to get any tighter than that. That's pretty darn good. It's right up against the body here, but that's, you know, it allows you to keep your bumper. I've thought about taking this hoop off, it's pretty ugly, but it allows you to keep your bumper and also have your best approach angle. And then also I've trimmed the back up, as you can see, like that. So yeah, when I've done the steepest of ramps that this thing can actually do, that's about the angle it goes up at. That was just a fluke, but I've just used the lines as a guide to cut the angle on. Also, your sliders are adjustable, so I've got them a little bit tighter there now, and actually hold the body in comfortably in the sides, sort of tuck in there pretty neat like so. So look overall, this is my favourite car to run at the moment. I reckon it's absolutely awesome. Brilliant looking bit of kit, being sort of scale size truck, scale wheels and all that. Yeah, I reckon it's a sweet truck. So you know, if you're thinking about getting one, look, I'd just say just go get one. There's very few things that you need to do to it to make it better. You know, you can just I've seen a few custom trucks out there now on YouTube and so on, and they look fantastic, but just straight out of the box, yeah, a whole lot of fun. Great looking vehicle when you open them up. I think you'll be impressed, and you'll get to love those small wheels without a doubt. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, hope that was helpful, and if you like it, please subscribe. I just enjoy doing these videos for you with what I've got at the moment, which is about that. Okay, cheers for now.